Hello people, this is Purple and this is my PC. The one I have been using to game, do uni stuff, edit video and stream in the past few years, and I want to show you what's inside of it. And what better way than, well, to crack it open. Just kidding, I actually want to change my case because it kind of sucks. Like, I had to put this net on so it would have half decent ventilation, because I had to take the front panel off as it was pretty much blocking out the intake fans. And after taking the front panel off, I needed some dust filtering. So I'm not gonna like crack it open that way or like beat the fuck out of it. But yeah, you can see I'm opening it up normally. Inside I have a Ryzen 5 1600 AF under this cooler. I also have this. It is a Gigabyte 1070, like NVIDIA 1070 GPU, a little Wi-Fi card, some intake fans, very good, very RGB and output outtake fan, my little Seasonic power supply, a big fucking dust thing, disgusting, and my boot drive. That's fine so far. Look at the beautiful backside of this thing, like, and that's an impressively mid I/O. Also marvel at the greatest cable management ever seen. It's not like I had to like put my knee on the back of my PC when I had to close it, or it's like a massive mess to clean, but yeah! Bruh! So yeah, I decided to get a new case, a Fractal Design Focus 2 case that has a couple fans included. I also decided to get me some more storage because my boot drive is my only SSD and it's pretty small, so I want to have a couple games. Instead of like needing to delete games and reinstall them, I can just have them. And I can also have like the video projects on my SSD instead of my HDD, so I can edit them, or at least have less issues editing them faster. So yeah, it's generally a mess, the back of this case, but it is what it is. I bought it because it was cheap, not because it was good, back when I like built a PC at first in 2021. So yeah, like, by the way, I did clean the whole PC like in the beginning of the summer, and now it's already this dirty at the end of the summer. And so I had to take a bunch of stuff off to clean, so yeah, the case sucks. At this point, I should have taken note of what slots the drives were on, like what each SATA cable was connected to, like which port and which drive. But I kind of forgot to do that, so yeah, it got kind of messy. And so I had some issues booting up because of that. Like, I will have some issues later in this video just because of that. And yeah, again, the cable management is impressive on like the bad side, you know? But yeah, it is what it is. I swear, I couldn't do it better than this. Like, the cables needed to be in the in the fucking position they are. Otherwise, I couldn't even fucking close the case. It's wild shit. Now that I finished the backside, I can finally start jamming my fingers in the front side and rearrange my PC's guts, you know? Taking part out. Sorry for the loud breathing in the background video. I had my phone like right up about like my face most of the time, so yeah, it was inevitable. And like, after taking the cables and screws out, I took the graphics card out, the Wi-Fi card, and all the other like components that shouldn't be directly attached to the motherboard. So yeah. And after all of that, I went and like cleaned every single component out. Because yeah, it really was a massive mess, and like, I'll show you my PSU. Everything was kind of like this.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
If you didn't like look it up, while I was yapping. Um, or I didn't just put an image of the case earlier in the video. This is my new PC case. I had been thinking of buying a new case almost since the day I first built my PC back in January of 2021. Just because of how bad this was. Like, I tried to mod the case a couple times, and it always went like from bad to worst. It went from like no airflow down to like bad airflow but more dust on the inside. And then I just decided, okay, I'm going to take the whole front panel off and just put a little like chicken net thing on the front and let that serve as filter. But yeah, it kind of still sucked. So yeah, this new case is a massive upgrade. So this case has stuff like removable dust filters for like the top intake, the front panel, as well as like the power supply intake. My other PC only had like one of those, which was the PSU one, and it was just generally terrible to build in. Like, it was small. Like, I'm using a mini ATX board, and the case was an ATX like sized case, and it still like was too small for me to build in. Like, that's what I mean. So yeah, like, this was an upgrade that I needed, even if it doesn't have like a massive impact on the performance of my system. I needed to do it, and I'm very happy that I bought this new case, and I've been using it for like 2 weeks at the point of like posting the video. And unless I'm unhappy for some reason, you can like check the description and it's probably going to be saying that I like it still. um, so while I was filming this part, it was still during the day because I like started like getting stuff ready, like taking the other case apart and unboxing this one and all of that at like 3 p.m. But somehow I ended up like only finishing the build. Like, the last clips you are going to see were at like 4 a.m. I spent like 10 hours, if I'm discounting like the time that I took to have dinner and like a couple of bathroom breaks, to build this shit because of some like tiny weird little things that happened while I was building it. It is what it is. So after installing the IO cover, we can get right into putting the motherboard with some components into the case. Getting it properly seated so it can be screwed into place. Like, the first time I got the motherboard in, I didn't have all the like the little standoffs in the right places, and so it shorted something. So the first issue that I had was actually with the motherboard shorting something, and then I actually had other issues, but I cut that part off because I was like so confused I didn't even record it. So this is how the back compartment looks like after putting some components in. Not the best, but so much better than the old case. Like, I committed the ultimate blunder and closed the back. So after this, I installed the missing components, like the NVMe drive as well as the graphics card, so I can get back to some hardcore gaming, like playing unranked Fortnite, you know? And I could do more videos about, for example, the things that I'm using, like the keyboard and the mouse and the mice I used before. This is my new drive, so I can keep all my stuff in it. I'm sorry I suck at putting it together though. I can't even take the little covers, and I have some very bad aim, so like, this shit is fast forwarding and I still don't know what's happening because of how slow I was being, bro. So yeah, I'm putting back the little Wi-Fi card. Woo! Checking to see if it will work. I already gave you like a little spoiler for that. I know. But yeah, you can see I'm terrible at building PCs. I like it, it's enjoyable, but I'm so bad and so slow at it. So finally putting my 1070 graphics card in. This one went in way easier, even though it's bigger. That's what she said. This card like is old but gold. It is one of the current weak points of my PC. So my next upgrade is probably going to be a graphics card. After this, there's only one thing you could do, you know, like just check to see if it's working. We got light. We got some lights inside, and oh, I forgot to connect the auxiliary power cable to the PSU. So yeah, I rebuilt the PC outside of a case, and I finally could boot, which is kind of great. It was a bit of a mess. I like this. It was that I filmed at like midnight, like way after having dinner. And then like I tried reconnecting stuff, but like the fans weren't spinning because the fan systems were a mess. Like they were very different types of cable for both the RGB and the fan power. So I had to like get creative and like make new adapters, which is always a great idea, you know, like it's very fucking janky in the back. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not really going to try to justify my jankiness. So yeah, I think it was looking. I thought like, well, this is looking fine. So what else can I do than just finish it? And so yeah, you can. And yeah, I'm thinking of like making more videos kind of like this in the sense that I'm not like playing a game. I'm just doing whatever and like talking to you about what I'm doing. I don't really know how to like mix the thing that I'm doing with like interesting stuff to the point where a video would be interesting. And so I think I need to do more of this and like insert my own little jokes and stuff, so I can become good at doing this kind of stuff. So finally, the fans are working. I have a PC that's working, and yeah, this is my setup right now on my desk. My desktop, my little headphones, my main monitor, which is like an ancient LG monitor, and my secondary monitor is a little the monitor from an old laptop. I'm using a G502X mouse, as well as a I forgot the name, ROG Falchion, I think that's the name, keyboard. So if you enjoy this, I hope you like before. Thank you. Bye.